see if they can keep some momentum here before conference play begins.
Wolverines get the opening serve tonight. Blue Devils setting in the middle, and Michigan gets the first point.
Match, Chris, that can tip the scale because both the outside hitters and right side hitters for these teams are going to be featured. They're going to get the volume, but whichever team can establish their middle a little bit better is probably going to have the edge. Does Michigan defend the two-hitter rotations of the Blue Devils? Front row setter.
Oh, headsy play by Quinn. Michigan able to recover. Jacobs with a swing. There's Godshaw, the talented freshman libero, setting it up for Williams, who had a nice night. And another great ball deposited home by Jacobs.
Well, here's one thing you need to watch to make sure that you get more consistent contacts when you're attacking the ball than your opponent. And the two swings that we saw before the kill, she's going to continue to highlight that jump top spin, a little bit cross court. That time she goes seam, a little bit long.
Her ace a moment ago was her 23rd of the season.
Try to spark some momentum back on our side, and I think we've seen that the last couple of points.
Richardson again. That is in. What a swing.
It scored, so Duke, if they can clean up their passing game, they're going to get right back in this thing.
Down the line, and another kill there.
But it's those pieces, those players like Boney, she's one of the leaders on this team that you're going to lean on when you're tested.
And right on cue, another one for the Wolverines.
Ooh.
Boney with a couple of kills and another ace tonight for Michigan, the team that's second in the Big Ten in aces this season. Elo gets it over and blocked in. Brianna Goss right there in the fray for Duke.
And Goss just a monster wall out of system
in this opening set. Duke has been running that two-setter system at times this year, but electing to go with the 5-1 here, it appears, in the first set.
And it's really about flow and personnel.
Served into Richardson. Goss kind of changing her mind midair.
Still not a great connection out of the middle here.
Keefe off the tip.
But we've got the great equalizer.
Trying to be a little more consistent here in the waning moments of this opening set. Another big swing from Valette.
I'm really impressed with the offense of the Wolverines so far tonight.
Very out of system there. Duke trying to scramble for a point. Cochran keeps it alive. Jacobs hits to the back row. Richardson. Now an attack for Keefe. Quinn for Keefe again. That hits the scoreboard and down for a point. Michigan 2 points away from an opening set victory. Jacobs.
Good coverage.
Burke with the set. This way again. It's Jacobs.
Get going about 5 or 6 points ago, so good idea for Burke to go back to the well.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
And how about an ace to truncate the opening set?
Could have been talked about.
Duke gets the opening serve of set number 2. That one hit the antenna.
How can we get Keefe a few more good looks, because she's someone we trust to take a lot of volume? You know, how can we get Richardson going even more? You know, she's still hitting at a good clip, over 600. So you need to start to feature.
Avery Hamlin checking in. To your point, maybe just trying to get a sub in to find a spark. But boy, that serve had a spark on it coming from Valette.
These two players in the seam have to talk to each other. Or if you do, you know, you're going to make a few mistakes, but it needs to be within 6 inches or a foot, right?
Cato. Set up. And that is in.
And there's almost no defense in that chop back down the line. Everything.
Matrician had a tough night last night. 1 kill, 3 service errors, hit -143, but playing at a pretty high level here tonight. Spartans by 11, make it 12. Boney again.
Tangled. If we can see this through in transition here, she just kind of pulled up, and not quite sure what happened there, but there it is.
Quinn setting it up. Goss got it over. To Matricia, that is out. And another point for Michigan.
And you think about the shots we've seen from her so far, I think she's a master of tooling the block. If you're not disciplined with your hands as a blocker, she's going to make it a very long day for you.
And Jacobs depositing one in front of Godshaw. Points for the Wolverines.
And they're doing it smartly. We're seeing smart attacking out of Michigan.
Grace Penn has the honor. Burke
Pass.
at the net. Oh, tried to get it over and it ends up working out.
She's shown us that enough that if it's a tight pass, she's front row. I may commit block on her one time just to get in her head a little bit.
Goss blocked.
Better connection, though.
Underwood for Keefe. Cross court. Right there was Villette. Now to the back row, and that one just finds the back line for an Imabio.
Here's the million-dollar question. A little bit of an offhand contact. The paintbrush always scores. You know, little smile from number one there.
Better to be lucky.
For sure.
Keefe on the attack. Cochran up to play it.
set.
Oh, yeah. But it works out again.
On the Michigan side, as you know, can tell that the ball's going to her. So I would love to see her get opportunities more one-on-one.
And again, Burke just dumps it over, finds the line, and it's set point for Michigan.
Impressive is number 7 in Mays and White. Just, you know, you look at
2 kills, 22 assists, 5 digs tonight. Keefe had it tipped. Plenty of set points here from Michigan. Jacobs sends it over. Godshaw free balling it. Jacobs again. And Michigan with a 2-set lead in Durham.
focus, I think, that Duke could circle and highlight.
Carrie Keefe has had a tough go of it tonight for the Blue Devils. Just 4 kills this evening after a career best 27 last night. Nice rally brewing here. Richardson will get the attack. Jacobs on the back row. Pushed over by Dimitrition. Keefe again. And finally, Carrie Keefe terminates.
And just take a breath. We are seeing some good things, some good service pressure. We talked about the setter-hitter connection being a little bit better. That ball looked into me.
Who had a busy summer. More on that in just a moment as Keefe off the tip. Michigan trying to add to this 4-point advantage. And they do.
Oh, wow. Seeing it tonight.
Started the year 9-0. They lost last night in 5 sets at North Carolina. And Michigan looking for a 3-set victory tonight.
Nagel also mentioned to us that her middle started the season hot. They kind of cooled down a little bit in terms of productivity. When we get opportunities, especially in transition, can we get the middles going a little bit?
That hits the scoreboard again. At the net. And I believe it was tipped by Elo. It was. Good serve, Underwood. There for Duke. Jacobs. Godshaw digs it out.
Got to work for a swing. Up, another free ball.
Ingram. And Boney. Now Ingram timing her jump. Well, long rally brewing here. And an easy one finally for Ingram to put home. Going to have a consistent night, hitting 600 for Duke. Burke had that one blocked, and to your point earlier, Duke made the adjustment there on Burke.
That just missing for Jacobs.
Boney had it blocked. Richardson pulls Duke to within 1.
Don't look now. Or Duke just raising their level.
Served in for Ingram. Jacobs blocks.
A left call anyway.
And the Blue Devils.
So if it's a perfect pass and they have time, I think you're going to see a solid block against your middle.
Quinn. Oh, what a play on the back row. Here's Richardson. And a point for Duke.
Awesome recovery block by Elo.
Over 500 in each of the first 2 sets. Burke, back set, pushed over by Niembio. Richardson, and Michigan hanging on here in the 3rd set with the honors. Serves Richardson. Penn sets up Richardson.
Free ball.
Penn. Keefe. Tipped by Cochran. Jacobs. Free ball over by Michigan. Keefe again. Had it denied. Penn sets it again in the middle. And it's set point for Duke.
Boy, and I love the adjustment there by Goss. Goss has not had a great connection.
And Michigan remains alive. Michigan needs this one. Here's Keefe. Blocks, tipped, and we're square at 24.
Wow.
Need to close it out to keep it going. Penn off the tip. Cochran, the great play. Here's Jacobs. Underwood on the back row. Now Penn for Keefe.
Wow, great up by Burke.
Free ball over. Penn again in the middle. Goss, and it's set point for Duke.
That is something that Duke can do here.
Goss serving. Blocked by the Blue Devils. Cochran setting it up. And off the tip, Michigan stays alive.
Good pass.
Penn behind her for Keefe. And Michigan with the advantage. Match point for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and so far,
Chopra serving for the match. Ingram to the back row. Jacobs. And hail to the victors. A sweep for Michigan and Durham tonight. And no surprise, it was Jacobs who terminates the match